a little bit of a review on alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, and we'll talk about alcohols as well. So first up, alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes are just talking about how many electrons are shared between each atom. So alkenes are singly bonded, so it would look like that. That just means that there's 2 shared electrons. An alkene is a double bond, and so it means that each of those are sharing 4 electrons. And finally, alkynes are sharing 6 electrons. Remember that carbon wants 4 bonds because it wants to feel the effect of 8 electrons, 8 valence electrons. So let's say we have this molecule. You can see right off the bat that they're all singly bonded, so this one's going to be an alkane, which means that I just need to know how many carbons there are in my main chain, and there are 3, and the prefix for 3 is prop. So that's my prefix, my suffix is ane, so I would call this propane. Now, sometimes I have all carbons and hydrogens, but there's different numbers of carbons coming off of the main chain. So let's try one here. There's a CH3 coming off of one of my carbons in place of where there would normally be a hydrogen. And so that group is called a methyl group. And I have to identify which carbon it's on, and so I start counting from the side that is closest to where this is. So I would start counting on this carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. 4 has the prefix of bute, and they're all singly bonded, so again I've got another ane, but this time I have to identify that the methyl is on the second carbon. So the name for this one would be 2-methyl butane. Now what's different when I have an alkene or an alkyne is the suffix, the end of the name is going to change, and it must also include a number. So let's do one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, and I'm going to have a double bond there. Hydrogen, 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 and a couple more hydrogens. And so we have a double bond right there. That's the only special thing that's on this one. So I start counting closest to that. It's on the first carbon to the second carbon. Then I have the third, the fourth, and the fifth. And so my first to second, I say that it's on my first. I always look at which one is coming first. And so my number here with my double bonded ene is relating to that number 1 there. I have a 5, which means I have a pent as my prefix. And so I can put it all together. I have pent, and then on my first carbon, I have a double bond ene, pent 1 ene, or if I would prefer, I could do it 1 pent ene.